Hey everyone, so I'm adding a little bit more flexibility on my reverse dieting. If you guys been following me, you know I'm reverse dieting, and for those of you that do not know what reverse dieting is, it's just simply taking up your calories back up slowly from after you finish a cut. This way you don't regain all that weight that you end up losing on your cut. All that hard work, you don't want it to be for nothing, and that's what usually happens. And people end up binging, just eating everything back and gaining the weight back. So something I'm doing, guys, is slowly increasing it and having more flexibility. When I mean flexibility, guys, is if it fits your macros. If it fits your macros is not having just junk food all day. You're still eating healthy. You're just having more room to play around with and add foods that you like. Like for me, I like peanut butter and jelly. If you guys remember back in 2013, I was eating it every single day. And I still was able to get very lean with it. It's just, the rule of thumb, guys, is balance. Balance and knowing what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, you could really play around and enjoy your diet and lose weight and then, get really lean. I always think about, the average person that doesn't want to, step on stage shredded at 3% body fat. I think about the guy that just wants to look, somewhere like me, and, you just want to get a set of abs and be ripped. That's what I'm focused on, and that's what I always try to help when I make my videos. And that's what I was thinking about. That way you guys relate to me, because that's my goal. Yes, I compete, but I also do it with flexibility, having fun and enjoying my meals. If I can't enjoy my meals, guys, I will not step on stage. As simple as that. So if I could do it, guys, you definitely could do it as well. So let me just show you guys a couple meals that I'm adding into my diet recently. This way I could, a reverse diet, nice and comfortable, and it avoids me cravings. Because if you have too much restriction in your diet, if you ever restrict, 8 weeks will pass by and you're just gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna open that fridge and you're just gonna eat everything in sight. It's happened to me years back when I didn't know about flexible dieting, and let's hope it doesn't happen to you guys. So here's a couple meals that I'm adding. So something I decided to add this week was honey bunches of oats. So I have about 2 servings, which is 260 calories, if I remember correctly. And I just use my scale. All the information you need is right on the box, and you can always use MyFitnessPal or Lose It to track your calories. I recommend beginners to do this. Track it and see how much calories you're eating, just to be exact. I don't track it myself, just the fact that I've been doing it so long that I could just, I know what I'm doing, I know my body, so I know how to manage easily. And that's where you want to get to. You don't want to be, using your phone every single time, to add things. It comes to a point where you realize how many calories you need and how you could just maintain that level of, that look that you want, and just maintain it. And it becomes pretty easy once you get used to it. So that's what you want to work for. And then I also added, well, I haven't added it. Sometimes I have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, just 1 slice of bread right now at the moment, with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and some jelly. The reason what I switch is I switch 3 egg yolks for that. Sometimes you're lazy, you don't want to go down to the kitchen, you don't want to fry some eggs. So instead of having 3 whole eggs, I'll just have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Because if you take 3 eggs, that's about 15 grams of fat, and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 16 grams of fat. So that evens it out. And then you also have, I personally cook with extra virgin olive oil with my eggs. Some people might cook it with canola oil, Pam spray, which is 0 calories, and it will save you tons of calories, by the way. But then I just instead of me using the extra virgin olive oil, I'll just use bread and jelly, and that evens out that meal. It's all about balance, and that's the way that I do it. That's the way I'm able to switch meals, and I avoid a lot of cravings, since every meal that I eat is enjoyable. If I'm eating rice and beans, I love that meal with chicken. If I'm not eating it with beans, I'm eating it with ketchup. If I'm eating dried chicken, I'm eating it with my low calorie barbecue sauce. I always find a way to make the meal that I'm eating enjoyable. If you can't do that, think about it. Are you really going to be dieting for 16 weeks or a couple months if you need to? If you need to lose a lot of body weight, and can you do it long term? Can you do it as a lifestyle? You know, that's where you want to really ask yourself, guys, and that's the whole point of It Fits Your Macros. See, this is something that I could do long term, and this is what I'm doing. Avoiding, you know, those cravings and just enjoying the meals that you're eating. This way you do it long term, and you know, you live the healthy lifestyle that everybody's supposed to be advertising. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and got a little bit of better understanding of It Fits Your Macros and the way that I do things. And for those of you that are interested in flexible meal plans, you can email me at azxangeles@yahoo.com. It's 8 weeks long, guys, and I always respond to my emails. You know, if you guys need the help, affordable prices, and I also offer workout routines. You can also check out on my website. Link is right there below. And let's see if we can get about 500 likes on this video, guys. You know, been very consistent with the videos. You know, I'm gonna keep bringing you guys more videos on nutrition and of course more workouts, keeping you guys motivated. And you know, this is what I like to do, guys. This is my passion. So if you guys can help me out, you know, share it on Facebook, tag me on it, and whoever tags, I'll pick somebody out of everybody, and I'll offer you guys a free 8-week meal plan. You know, I'll pick a random person. So you know, link is right there for my Facebook, and you can also share it on Twitter and tag me there. You know, help promote my channel, guys, if you can. You know, I barely get a lot of shares, and I'm really trying to you know, make my channel grow. I've been making gains. Now I want my channel to make some gains too. But anyways, guys, that's the video. Share it, comment, and of course, hold on to the channel, man.